Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to be having a look at Gunstar Heroes on the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis. If you've never played the game before, it's similar to Contra. It's a two-player shoot 'em up, side-scrolling shoot 'em up. You don't need two players to beat the game, but it does mean that you can play co-op with your friends, which is pretty good. It's also, however, got a few platforming elements. Starting the game off, you've got your options, your 1p, your 2p. Your options, you can change your config, which is pretty good if you've only got the GameCube controller. Before you begin, you get to choose what type of weapon and play you want to be. Free shot means you can move around while you're firing. Fixed shot means you can fire in any direction you want, but you can't move and fire at the same time, which is pretty awkward. Yeah, so just very quickly showing you here, I'm holding the fire button down, I can fire in any direction, but I can't actually move, so some people might like that, some people might not. I'll very quickly cut into footage of me showing you the other one. So there you go, I'm holding the fire button down, I can fire in all directions, but I can't actually move at the same time. So it really does depend on what you want, and it's pretty cool that it actually gives you the choice of doing so. So anyway, back to the start of the game. So there we go, it shows what type of shot I want, and now you can choose your weapon, which is pretty cool. Different ones do different things. I personally like the green one. It's a chaser. It basically means you've got a bit of a homing attack. It does make the game a bit easier though, to be fair, which is probably why I like it. As I was mentioning earlier on in the Airzone review, if you've watched it, you get to choose your stage. You can choose anyone you want. It doesn't really matter which order you do them in, but after you beat all four, then you actually unlock a fifth stage. You go straight onto it, and it's a load of bosses and stuff like that. It's really good fun. Where I add a little bit of depth to this game is your weapons. As I mentioned before, I've got that one there, and I can actually collect other weapons, and this is where the fun begins. If you've got two of the same weapon, then you get the ultimate version of the weapon you're using. However, if you collect another weapon, then you can mix and match. So this one over here, just go down, pick it up. I've now got an electric chaser. So rather than firing just the electric, it combines with my chaser and it turns into a bit of a homing thing, which is pretty cool. You can swap your weapons around, so now I've just got the electric weapon armed, so the chaser isn't influencing it at all, it's just the electric weapon, and I can swap to just the chaser as well. So there is a button to do that, so it's pretty good, it just depends on what you want to do. There's jump buttons and the likes, and you can jump again to do a little bit of a dive. You can go into hand-to-hand combat, but basically it's the same attack button, you just walk into people and do it. And it also means that when you're jumping around, if you're good enough, you can actually jump into an enemy and straight away do a sumo throw like that, well a judo throw. I've said the wrong type of martial art really. One's big fat guys, one's quite thin guys, whatever. So you do that little jump there. It also means you can jump off walls, which is pretty cool. It means you can show off, because you can jump off a wall, then go and immediately grab someone, which is a really good way to show off, really. At the end of every little section-y type thing, you get a boss here, which the energy comes up at the top, and it's like out of 100 HP, 1000 HP, stuff like that. So some of them are a lot tougher than others. But unlike a lot of shooting games, once you do a boss, you actually continue on the same stage that you are until you fight the end boss of the level. So there's quite a bit of lifespan there. Here I've got another weapon, and depending on what weapon you've got highlighted, depending on what weapon you replace it with. So now I've got me two chasers, so I can show you the ultimate chaser, which now throws stars around and it's a lot more powerful. So that's pretty cool. It does, as I say, it does mean you can get a lot of variety, or you can just go for the ultimate versions of your favourite weapons. The stages are quite long, and there's usually quite a bit to do. There's sections here where I can destroy houses and that for points, which is pretty cool. There's loads of sub-bosses, because this guy here, he's a lot tougher than your normal enemy, so I'd class him as a sub-boss. So here's another boss. This one is classed as a proper boss. He comes up, tells you his special weapons and stuff like that, tells you his name. So this is the first one you get a fight, but even so, it's still not the end of a level. You kill him here, and I'll very quickly show you now, after I kill him, that you get a slide down the side of the pyramid, which is pretty fun. there we go, that's the boss defeated, and now the top of the pyramid smashed. So now I'm on a bit like a rail section. I'm constantly sliding around. I can't change which rail I'm on, but I can move up and down and I can jump and the likes. And soon enough enemies will come along that I'll have to try and kill. So it's there's a load of different sections to it, because sometimes you're in vehicles, sometimes you're doing little slidey bits like this. There's actually quite a lot of depth to the game. As you saw earlier on, the graphics on the bosses are superb. The 2D graphics are still pretty good, but the boss animations are fantastic. For the time, they really were pushing the limits of the machine. It's a bit like Vector Man, how the main character on Vector Man almost looks 3D, and it's the same with a lot of the bosses on this game. As well as weapon pickups, there are health pickups that you may have seen us pick up earlier on. Basically, to pick up an item on the game, because I didn't mention it before, you have to crouch down over it and then hit the attack button and you'll pick it up. So sometimes, when people are first starting the game is so fast paced, it's so intense right from the start, it sometimes takes you a little while to work things out because you're too busy trying to defend yourself, and sometimes by the time that you've figured out what to do, the item's disappeared. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.